Hello guys, this is Areia. I'm an artist, producer, songwriter and filmmaker based in Seoul, South Korea. I've been in Korea since the K-pop boom back in 2009 and have been working in various projects in the K-pop industry. With KPOP NERD, I not only review and explain what's going on in your favorite K-pop songs, but I also attempt to give you an insight on the production perspective of those works. CLC, one of my favorite, if not my most favorite K-pop girl group these days. The reason? When Hobgoblin came out, it was one of the strongest K-pop girl group songs ever released. It had all those intense girl crush dynamics and urban style that I love. It remains in my top 10 best K-pop songs to this day. As we're used to constant concept changes in K-pop groups, I was scared the next song is going to be something very different. Perhaps even going back to where CLC has started with more cute and colorful songs. While those were not that bad, they were nowhere near to the intense experience that Hobgoblin and Black Dress offered us. Thankfully, it seems they're just getting started.
Now, earrings, now, high heels, now, handbag, now, red lips, now, earrings, now.
CLC is a girl group created by KPOP Entertainment. In case you've been under a rock, KPOP Entertainment is the company responsible for some of the most legendary and successful K-pop groups such as 4 Minute, Beast, PTOB and Pentagon. They have also recently debuted the girl group Untitled. Back to CLC, the group started as 5 members and debuted in 2015 with the song Pepe. It was a bright, jazzy pop song and the music video offered a good mix of cute and pretty visuals. Lyrically though, it was a rather fierce song, more like something you would expect from a girl group like Mamamoo. The same year they came back with the song Kumkumhe, which was also on the cute side, in fact much cuter than their debut song Pepe. Those two releases generally define CLC as an aegyo-heavy girl group. After the addition of 2 new members, CLC came back to confirm again their cute and pretty style with 2 more songs, the super high-level aegyo song High Heels and the slightly cooler and little sassy but still cute concept of the song No Oh Oh.
So what you wanna do? So what you wanna do? 점점 높게 예뻐질게 So 잘 몰라 아직은 배웠어 난 처음이란 말야.
The fans started feeling comfortable but a little bored at the same time. Everything was offered in great quality by KPOP, but there were some that would like to see a different side of the girls. Then Hyuna got involved and the result was oh my. The girls completely transformed with a girl crush concept that crushed every other girl concept out there. It is by many one of the defining songs of 2017. Then there was the announcement of CLC coming back in summer of the same year and everybody got so excited. How far could those incredibly badass girls take the concept? The song completely departed not only from the new spectacular image that the girls created with Hobgoblin, but also their initial cute and pretty concept they were known for. It was like, hey, we can also do this, and they let the concept team have a little nerd party there with that retro wave 90s concept that it seems many young people are into these days. After Where Are You, many fans moved on to other exciting K-pop releases and let CLC reorganize. The question was, did KPOP receive the message? Did they get how much people were excited with the girl crush concept, with the confident and strong girls in Hobgoblin? Oh yes, you bet they did.
Yeah, can you see me now, huh?
Although a bit more dreamy, it still carried all those amazing vibes we saw in Hobgoblin, and it actually went much deeper in terms of concept and visuals. With Black Dress putting CLC back into the game of the girl crush concepts, it was no wonder that everybody got really excited when they announced their comeback with another badass release.
Red lip, now.
Red lip, now. Earrings, now. High heels, now. Handbag, now. Red lip.
In this girl crush song, the girls seem to be fed up by the social standards of what it means to be a girl, or what it means to be cool. They refuse to accept common gifts given to girls like high heels, handbags, red lipsticks and earrings, or be put in a certain category like innocent, cute or sexy, in order to fit them into the social standards and expectations. They're just who they are, they like who they are, and they want us to love them as they are, without the need to define or change that. At the beginning of the music video, we see Sunyoung walking in fashion towards a room where the rest of the group's members are inside glass containers, like they're mannequins behind a shop's window. This symbolizes how trapped a girl can feel when she's required to follow social stereotypes and conform to them, and also when she's being watched by others, knowing she's being judged for her external appearance. Sunyoung, as the leader of the group that has already escaped the oppressing social standards, came to liberate the rest of the group members. That's the main theme of the music video, with the girls liberating each other, showing how girls can support and help each other to escape the social standards. We can see Sunyoung holding a book named His Glory Revealed by author John Hadji. This is actually a religious book that explores the meaning of the feasts of Israel. As we'll see later, this book was not chosen in random, and it does have a loose symbolic connection with the actions in the music video. Sunyoung closes that book just before the beginning of the first verse, showing she has studied it and she is ready to apply the knowledge. Then we can see Eugene sitting on a table full of strawberries and holding a bouquet of flowers. Both symbolize the innocence and prettiness that expected to be found on a girl. She rejects all that by throwing the flowers away. Sean is seen in front of a sign saying CLC in Thai, acting all cool and wearing a pair of sunglasses matching her lines of refusing to change for anybody. The pre-chorus is shared between Yeon and Eunbin, who deliver rhythmic, uplifting lines in cool fashion. They're flaunting around and getting excited and saying how they feel they sign, as they are inviting us to take a good look at them, further emphasizing how they're happy and confident with themselves. During the chorus, Elki and Seunhee deliver the main meaning of the song summarized. They love themselves as they are, they don't want to change, and they feel that's the best for them. They invite us to join them in that kind of thinking, and we can see Elki approaching Seunhee with a lipstick, showing that she's turning her to a girl that loves and appreciates herself. We can see Seunhee kissing herself later in the music video, showing how she has turned and loves herself now. Then we can see all the girls approaching a table in what it appears to be an imitation of the Last Supper, where they have various items associated with female image. During this Last Supper, they're preparing those items for their death in a loose symbolic connection with how Jesus' disciples have accompanied Jesus in the Last Supper before his death. That's the reason Sunyoung was studying that particular book in the beginning of the music video. We can see Sunyoung holding a dice with the word "no" printed on. She steps on the table and then she turns the dice to read the word "on", showing how a girl can be on the top instead of under, which is the expectation in patriarchal societies. The dice is a symbol of how there are many choices, and it might take many attempts till a girl realizes that she can actually say no. After Seon delivers her line in the second verse, we can see an image of recently turned Seunhee feeding a strawberry taken from a I Love Me cake to Eugene. As we said, those strawberries symbolize innocence and prettiness, and by biting them it means going against to that image. We can see Eugene resisting at first, but then turning as well to a confident and independent girl like the rest of the group. The big car shown with the girls around, it also symbolizes something out of the social standards, as one would expect a man to drive such a large car associated with heavy work. But they're here to tell us no, I can drive whatever I want. During the bridge, we can see the girls throwing all those items associated with the feminine image into a coffin, imitating a funeral, and finally Sunyoung lighting up a flower, the symbol of innocence and prettiness, and starting a fire which burns all those items. We can also see the girls with Yeon at the center doing a slow walk, which is how people march during litanies and funerals. One might wonder how the girls are singing about rejecting all those stereotypes and items, and at the same time being dressed up in them. The meaning of the music video is not about rejecting being a woman, dressing up, putting makeup and being pretty and sexy, but embracing it in your own terms and not in the way others force you to. It's not a fashion statement about choosing your own clothes flaws and style, but rather being confident about your body and who you are and stand up as a strong and independent person regardless of the gender and social expectations. It's a shout out that a person's personality should be the first thing to notice instead of the external appearance. It is also a more generic message against stereotyping, generalizing and prejudgment. Finally, it's a message to the K-pop industry and its fans against conceptualizing girl groups with the typical cute, sexy or cool concepts. The song is a house and trap hybrid with equal parts of both. It was actually written with the help of the group's member Yeon, as well as Cube Entertainment's other girl group Yoja Idol's member Soyeon. It starts with a standard house beat and a powerful and sharp bass that has a progressive house flavor in rhythm and style. Slowly, additional elements are introduced till we get to the pre-chorus where the rhythm changes to a more breakbeat style and reverts back to the house rhythm. In the chorus, additional elements are added like colorful and sharp synth chords with the bass adapting a more fluid rhythm. Then during the hook, the form changes to trap style while maintaining the electronic bass sound. This pattern repeats in the second verse, only it's replaced at the rap part with a breakbeat style rhythm. Finally, during the bridge, the song reverts again to the trap style and drops directly to the trap hook with the chorus skipped completely. It's another example of how effective simple electronic instruments can be for pop music when they are made precisely to give something that the vocal melody can ride on instead of being the center of the song. The vocal melody alternates between standard pop verses, rap rhymes, and more melodic patterns during the chorus. In fact, in the beginning we can hear only vocals without an instrumental, a quite rare occasion in K-pop.
Red lip, no. Earrings, no. High heel, no. Handbag, no.
A good amount of distortion is used both in Yeon's rap parts and the hooks minus the intro. Distortion can make vocals sound more aggressive and fierce, and in this case they help drive the energy and define the song.
Red lip, no.
Earrings,
No.
high heel,
No. Handbag.
Now the pre-chorus, Eunbin and Yeon lift the energy by flooding and inviting us to join the excitement, preparing us for the chorus.
난 빛이 나 빛이 나 빛이 나 자 이리 와 여기 봐 나를 봐또 신이 나 신이 나 신이 나난 이쁘다 멋지다 미친 나.
During the first verse, Soyeon introduces us to the concept of the song by stating how each person is different and you can't fit everybody based on some social standards or expectations.
그렇게 뻔한 것 말고 다른 걸 가져와 내가 제일 어울리게 더 멋져질 방법은 말고 멋대로 망쳐봐 내가 제일 날 수 있게.
Finally, at the chorus, the girls love themselves and who they are, and they're inviting us to join them in this mentality.
I like it 내게 제일 어울릴 lipstick I want me walk like me 하고 싶은 내
The music video is based on a visual symbolism form instead of following a precise storyline. Although there are some actions happening in order to drive the energy, they're just means to visualize the song. In this kind of music videos, we're typically presented with multiple items that symbolize the meaning of the song with some actions, usually matching the currently sung lyrics and a grand climax of a big action happening towards the end of the song. This is a very typical form in K-pop music videos. It's the one that allows the art team most flexibility, and it's actually one of the hardest to pull off well. That's because our brains typically think in storylines, what happened before and what happens after. So many beginner directors usually focus on heavy storyline driven music videos, completely forgetting to add the important visual elements and hooks that make a pop music video shine, ending up with something that could be a short movie rather than a music video. In this case though, instead of focusing on a story, the focus is on symbolic and smart set and prop design that it's artistic and abstract enough not to be a cliché, but at the same time it matches the context of the song and its visual design. Not to say, of course, that storyline-driven music videos are bad. They're often perfect for certain kind of songs, and when done right, they can be a masterpiece. The music video has 3 different sets with a variety given by the use of different lighting. The first set is presented at the beginning of the music video when Seungyeong enters in fashion to liberate the rest of the girls. Except the intro, the same set is also used for one of the 2 dances, the scene with the car, as well as the funeral sequence where the girls burn all the girly items. We can see a chandelier hanging from the roof. This is a rental prop, and it's in fact the same exact chandelier seen in the dance scene of Jennie's solo music video that I reviewed last time. The containers that the girls are posing in, pretending to be mannequins like a shop's window, are not actually made from glass but rather acrylic for practical and cost reasons. Each of them are in different color, and except the main lighting, they have an overhead light that gives a slight illumination on the top of each of the girls. The lighting of this set is turned down towards the end of the music video to emphasize the silhouettes of the girls as they dance, but also so the fire can be exposed correctly. The fact that the flowers and all those items are burnt inside the shop's window is a further symbol against judging somebody for their external appearance. We can see the extreme detail of the props if we pay attention to even the smallest things, as this lighter, which is actually covered in silver glitter. These details are very important, and when put together they can make or break the quality of a pop music video, where everyday looking items should be generally avoided. When I directed the music video for girl group Musky, for example, I specifically ordered rainbow color scissors and a lighter from abroad, because if I was to use plain looking ones, they would break the look and atmosphere of the music video. The second set is made with white walls and a curtain in the background. They're made into beautiful symmetry that help with making the white dance shows more impressive. The cyan and orange colors chosen for the back wall and the curtains are complementary in color theory, and they result into maximum color contrast that, along with the white walls and the black floor, help achieving maximum pop in the image. The same set is decorated further during the Last Supper scene with a long table and the many props placed on it, again using the same cyan color. We can see a mix of fruits and other desserts placed between many girly items such as high heels and handbags. Those items, like the cake, also roughly follow the color code of the design, with the triad color pink also added to the mix. This set is also used during Eugene's solo scene, where she sits on the table which is covered by strawberries, or later on when Seunghee is feeding her the strawberry. While the color of the curtains seem to change slightly, this is due to colored lighting used rather than physically changing the items. Set reuse is very important, so different looks can be achieved without the extra budget and logistics that come with using more sets. Finally, the third set is a corridor filled with moving lights. The moving lights is a symbol of progressing and moving on instead of conforming to the standards. This feeling is greatly achieved in combination with the girls' intense appearances and movement between them. The mirrors aren't there just as a production aid that reflect the light and the environment around. They also carry a deeper meaning, which is to allow the girls to see themselves and realize how beautiful they are. This is shown as Elki is approaching Seunghee to turn her. Elki can see herself in the mirror and realize how much she loves herself. Seunghee, on the other hand, is placed against the mirror, showing how she's not able to realize her own beauty yet, at least till later on, where she falls in love with herself, ending up kissing the mirror. This use of the mirrors continues throughout the music video with the rest of the girls. The wardrobe choices are far from random as well. We can see the girls at the main set wearing all black, like they're all the same, categorized and conformed to a standard. Then we have a bit more individualized wardrobes for each of the members' solo appearances. It's the third wardrobe though that shows the girls after they have turned. The color and shape variety in their outfits symbolizes how each of them have a different personality. It shows that each person might have some wild points in them, but those have to be discovered and embraced. The music video is filmed in a studio environment with artificial lighting and built sets. These are large hangar-sized studios that are empty initially. There are usually 2 of those buildings, with one being more of a workshop for the sets to be roughly constructed, and then they can be assembled at the studio that is currently filming. In music videos with smaller number of sets like this one, the sets are usually prepared directly on their filming locations prior to the filming day. The physical version of the album is well designed with a very high quality glossy material and engravings. Inside the album we find this foldable paper containing the lyrics and credits for each of the songs. Album designers seem to favor this way so listeners can enjoy the songs without physically wearing out the album itself. Then we can find this invitation and instructions if we want to audition for Cube Entertainment. The first page opens to reveal a group photo. Then there is the photo book part with hundreds of beautiful pictures of the girls alone and as a group. Most of the album is glossy, but a section of it is actually on non-glossy paper. That part contains the photos with the girls wearing their individual outfits rather than the more grouped ones. Finally, we get a thick page that contains the CD and a photo card. In this case I got Yeon, but of course you could get any of the girls in random. I really like how the photo card is embedded into the last page, since this can get easily lost if not stored carefully. There is also a last page with all the credits for the production of this release. Personally, I don't need much to get in love with the girl crush concept. As long as it comes off natural and makes a point without being desperate, I'm all over it. The moment the first teaser pictures came out, and after watching all those music video teasers, I was already into this release. The music video and the song did not disappoint. Nothing screams sexy more than the girls acting all natural while being sexy. It means they are comfortable and confident in that style, and that is the #1 attractive thing instead of acting pretty and sexy just for the sake of it. On point songwriting, well thought and targeted concept, incredible visuals and fashion, and most importantly all executed perfectly by the girls. They don't look like trying to do it, they just do it, and that also extends to their overall presentation and performance from this comeback, not just the music video. In my opinion, this makes No one of the defining releases of the year and a textbook example of the girl crush concept. But is it better than Hobgoblin? Well, it has many nice points that make it unique and able to stand on its own and being memorable. Hobgoblin included this shocking effect when it came out, and even more intense urban style that makes it so good it might be really hard to ever surpass it. Maybe because Hyuna was involved in that? So guys and girls, thank you so much for watching this episode of K-Pop Nerd. If you have any questions about anything or you're just curious regarding K-pop production, feel free to comment with your questions and I will try to answer. Also, let me know which song you would like me to do next. I'm already full on with ITZY, but I have already bought all these CDs and I want to review them as well. If you have any ideas or requests about more sections that I could add or things I could talk about on each episode, just leave a comment. This is something I've been planning for a few years now, and I want to make sure it's something you guys enjoy. Since I'm working with the K-pop industry, I could eventually bring up songwriters, choreographers, stylists, makeup artists or music video directors, for example, as guests in some episodes so they can give you a personal insight of the release. I want to allow you to engage further in K-pop and appreciate it not just for the visuals, the songs and the choreographies, but also for the incredible and enormous amount of work that goes into delivering those products and all the people behind it. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and you're subscribed to my channel, make a comment, and also do check out my Patreon because your support is very important so I can continue doing what I do and keep bringing more content to you. This is the K-Pop Nerd, see you next time!